I don't know. Is it fuzzy? I don't know what's going on. What happens if I turn this knob? I guess we're about to find out on this episode of Talentless Talent. That's the refreshing sound of a White Claw. I'm gonna get fucking sued. I can't just be out here talking about White Claw every day. They're gonna sue me. They're gonna be like, who is she? I don't know who that is. If you don't know, I'm trying to get sponsored by White Claw, and I don't think that they're gonna let me. They won't answer my DMs. I've been asking a lot of questions. Like, hey, how do I get sponsored by you? People say that you should start small, but I say fuck those people. I'm going big, yeah. I may only have 8, 9, 10 episodes, but I think I should be sponsored by White Claw. Who's to say I shouldn't be? So, fuck those people. Anyway, welcome to Talentless Talent. We're doing a solo episode. Yeah, we're doing a solo episode. Here we are. That, again, was the sound of a refreshing White Claw. I now am organized and I keep track of what I'm doing. I bought an iMac, so now I am a bougie bitch and I know what I'm doing. It's episode 10 of Talentless Talent, and it's a solo episode. It's just me and you spending some quality time together. Quality time together. Just us. Wherever you may be, in your kitchen, on a boat, in your car. Why did I say boat? There's like 1,000 other places that are way more likely than a boat. But if you're on a boat, what's up? I wish I was on a boat. What are you doing on a boat in the middle of winter? I don't know. People listen to this in France. Maybe. Hey, people in France, are you on a boat? Tell me. I want to be on your boat. Invite me to your boat. I'll come. So yeah, here we are. Wherever you may be, I am in my new fucking studio. It's not new. I've had it. But first things first, my restaurant job. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about my experience in cross-country world, trying to be a runner, which is absolutely not okay. My experience with baking. And I made a freaking charcuterie board tonight. I've never made a charcuterie board before in my life. And the first time I had a real actual charcuterie board was for my 25th birthday. I asked for one from my boss at my job. I was like, hey, I really just want a charcuterie board. So she went out, she bought these fancy little jams and these fancy freaking cheeses, some crackers, some little pickles, which are called cornichons, I found out, and some meats, and it was just freaking delicious. Jam, so good. So, I don't know, today I was just sitting at work, and I was like, I want a charcuterie board. Who just gets cravings for charcuterie boards? I do. I wanted one so bad. So, I left work early so I could go and pick up all my things to make it. And I forgot the freaking tiny little baby pickles. So I had to call Cody and I was like, can you pick up tiny pickles? He's like, oh, what? Like sweet pickles? No! What do you mean a sweet pickle? They have a name. I couldn't think of the name. So I had to hang up the phone and Google it and then call him back. And I found out they are not called little baby pickles. They are cornichons. So, I hope I didn't butcher that. You let me know, people in France. Did I butcher that? I don't know. But yeah, Cody went and picked them up, some cornichons. They were $7. My God, the price to be bougie. Huh. Yeah, so I made that, and it was absolutely delicious. It was the most yummy thing I have ever experienced. I do cook some good-ass food. Even though that's not cooked, I literally just threw some shit on the plate.
But there's like 4 S's you have to follow. It's like sweet, savory, salty, and I don't know the other one, spiced, maybe. But I followed that and I put them all in like their own little corners. It was very artistic. Are there professional charcuterie board makers out there? I would like to talk to you. I have questions for you. What are the 4 S's? First and foremost. But yeah, I laid it all out and it was really good. And Mr. Beans, Franklin, my dude, loves the little pickles. They are so freaking good. They are absolutely delicious. Not worth $7 though. That's bullshit. Who let that happen? Absolutely a scam. It is such a scam. But it was so good. And I bought brie. And I opened the brie. And then I thought there was another piece of paper on it. So I was trying to peel that off. And then I found out that's just the top of the cheese. It just looks like that. I don't know why. Why does it look like that? I don't understand. So that was an experience. I did try to make cookies yesterday. Didn't go very well. It was okay. So look, here's the thing. I went to Target and I bought some bowls because I don't have any mixing bowls. I basically just have stuff that I stole from my parents' kitchen, Leather Daddy's mom's kitchen, any roommates that we had. If they left bowls, I kept them. So I just have a random assortment of items. So I went to Target. I actually bought some mixing bowls and I bought all the ingredients to make cookies. And Lauren, who was on my episode Culinary School Dropout, she was nice enough to send me a recipe for chocolate chip cookies because I have not ever been able to perfect chocolate chip cookies in my own house. I just haven't been able to do it. So she was like, look, this recipe is foolproof. You got this. Do it. You'll be fine. So I started making them. And I was really excited because they smelled good. Things were actually coming together, and things never come together for me when I'm baking. Usually I'm like dying and I don't want to do it and I can't deal with it. So yeah, I ended up actually feeling really, really confident about what I was making. They looked good. They legitimately looked good. I actually waited for the oven to preheat. I never do that, but I was dead serious about making some good ass cookies. So, the oven is preheated. We're ready. I put the cookies in. I time them 7 minutes. I check on them. Still not fully done, I think. Keep them in there for like 3 more minutes. They look done. I pull them out. They're a little puffy. Like, okay, I'll do another batch. So I put another batch in and I go into my studio. I'm just chilling in there. I would say probably about 20 minutes goes by. Forgot about the cookies. Didn't put on a timer. I don't know who I think I am. And I hear in the kitchen, is something burning? And I walk out there and I'm like, oh my God. I am going to burn down this house. And I'm running out and Cody's just big chilling in the living room. He's like, yeah, I think something's burning. So I go, I open the oven, all frantic. There's nothing in the oven. I turn around and the cookies are out. So friggin' Leather Daddy wanted to be a funny guy and freak me out. So I was like, okay, I still have like a couple, like a little bit more batter. I'm going to go ahead and put them in. We'll be good to go. I asked Cody to watch the timer for me this time. And those were not good. So, first batch, bland. It didn't taste like anything. I don't know. They were just puffy. And the chocolate chips weren't really that good. I think I bought some shitty chocolate chips, to be honest. It was just a really bland cookie. The second batch, kind of burnt. Kind of hard. No thank you. And the third batch, they were just the stragglers. The texture of them was very not okay. They were like little shrivelly balls. They were not good. I'm not, I'll never be able to make a fucking chocolate chip cookie. So there's just a stack of them on a plate in our refrigerator. And I told Cody, I was like, promise me that you will eat these cookies that I make. He hasn't ate them. He probably ate the one I gave him and that was it. So I'm going to make him sit down with a glass of milk and I'm going to watch him eat the cookies I made yesterday. I just want to feel good about something I make. So that didn't go well at all. And I was talking to Lauren throughout the process and I was like, look, they look so good. Like, this is amazing. She's like, no, you're amazing. You're magic. And I just don't have the guts to tell her that I fucked them up. As you could tell on my Instagram story, probably the last thing I posted was them going into the oven. And then I posted nothing else after that. So I'm sure you can imagine I was embarrassed. It was supposed to be a foolproof recipe. I don't know what I did wrong. They just didn't taste good. It was so disappointing. However, the charcuterie board was delicious. And I'm just glad I didn't have to bake anything for that. If I could just lay out meat and cheese on a board every night and call it dinner, I think we'd be good to go. But I don't really make dinner. I haven't cooked food in a really long time because I was just getting a little chubby from it. And that was like years ago. I don't know. I guess cooking, I don't know, getting high at 3 a.m. and eating flaming hot Cheetos with cream cheese isn't necessarily cooking. Oh, I've never been good at it. So I mainly just am trying to lose weight. We know this. So I've been counting calories, and the only way I know how to count calories and make it work for me is microwave meals. Then I told myself once I get to my goal weight, I'll make actual normal food. So we'll see how that goes. By actual normal food, it's just going to be meat and cheese on a wooden board. And I'll be fine. I'll be okay. I don't know if that'll, I guess if I just watch the calories, if that'll make me gain weight, but fuck it, I love jam. I could eat jam all day. It is absolutely delicious. I just wish I had more counter space. I have like no counter space whatsoever. I have a giant microwave on one end, and then I have my like dish drying rack, which is never put up because we're constantly doing dishes because we are a sustainable family in this house and we don't use paper plates. We use actual dishes. So go us. I wish we used paper plates though. I don't do it because I'm a certain way because I'm trying to save the environment. I'm just not trying to buy paper plates. Plus, when I go out to the grocery store, I don't even think of paper plates, but I really do want a bigger counter. And then today, speaking of my freaking apartment, I was curious because I am one nosy bitch. Our downstairs neighbor moved out. Thank God. Because she adopted 2 dogs and was being a good Samaritan or whatever. And the dogs were outside all the time when they were puppies. And she adopted them. And the one became really aggressive and was just always trying to attack Frank. It tried to jump up and pull on my clothes one day when I was leaving for work. The house, like the yard, was just getting trashed. It smelled like dog poop in our hallway all the time. I was miserable for a good couple of months, and I hate to put all of that on them, but yeah, fuck those dogs. They sucked. And then one night, it was like 11 p.m., and Cody just let Franklin Beans out for his nightly poop, I guess, before bed. And Frank goes down, and we've had the conversation with her before, just, hey, look, we'll let Franklin out. And she was like, yeah, I'll just put the dogs on a leash, whatever, it's fine, cool, blah, blah, blah. Or like, just make sure Franklin's out there. So Franklin goes down, and I'm just busy watching bunny videos on TikTok, which is that dog that talks with those little buttons, and it was having an existential crisis. So as you can imagine, I was fully invested. So I wasn't paying attention to what was going on, and then I just hear Cody be like, oh, book. And he got up, and he goes downstairs, and then there's a bunch of barking and screaming, and this has happened before, so I was fine. But then I get up, and I go to the bathroom, And there's like more screaming than normal and more growling than normal. It was just a whole situation. I was really uncomfortable. I don't like dealing with it. I try not to be confrontational. I do get shitty though. Like if your dog's gonna shit on the sidewalk or piss in the hallway, I'm gonna say something about it because I mean, I live here. Hello. Oh my God. So, whatever. No benefit of the doubt. Nope, not in this house. So I open the door and Cody's down there and I'm like, what is going on? He's like, the dogs are fighting. And I'm like, oh, what's new? Blah, blah, blah. So Franklin finally comes inside. He's like covered in spit and dirt and he's just gross. So Cody washes him off, gives him a bath. He's the normal being that he usually is. And he's laying on the couch and I'm petting him. And then he gets up and there's blood on the pillow. And I'm like, oh my God, this is not good. So I look at his neck and the poor guy had a wound. So we had to go on I think it was like a Thursday evening to the animal hospital. And we got there at like 11 p.m. They said that we had to wait for a doctor until 2 in the morning. And we drove back home with Franklin. We didn't leave him there. And then Cody went to go put his harness on him when we got home. And there was blood all over Cody's hand, like everywhere. So we had to take him back. It was really traumatic. Frank was fine. He was just a big turd, didn't care, head out the window, loving his life. Meanwhile, me and Cody are like holding hands, crying, really having a moment together. And it was really emotional for the both of us. Franklin had a really gross wound for a couple of weeks. We had to put medicine on him and he had to take medicine. When we brought him home, because when we took him back, they didn't see him until 6 in the morning. So we dropped him off at 2 a.m. At that time it was probably 1 in the morning, drove back to our apartment, and we had to stay awake until they called us. We didn't get a phone call till 5 for them to let us know it's going to be another hour until the doctor sees him. So I stayed up all night playing Zelda. And I want to say I beat the water temple and I beat the fire temple in the same, that night. I don't know how I did it. And then me and Cody were trying to take shifts to sleep. And then we got really scared that we would just pass out and forget about our dog. So they finally called us at 7 in the morning. We went and picked him up, and it was like having a little baby dog heroin addict in our house. He was just nodding out all over the place. Poor guy. Yeah, so that neighbor moved out. And then I was really nosy, and I wanted to see how much they posted their apartment for on the internet. So I went and looked it up and found out that the entire house is for sale for $190,000 more than they bought it for. And I don't know what that means. I haven't signed a lease in years. I've just been paying rent. And I'm really scared. I just set up this whole studio. I put a lot of holes in the walls. And now they're going to kick us out. I knew it was not good when I had to email them the second year we lived here and was like, hey, we didn't get a new lease. And then they sent us a new one and was like, that'll be $25 more a month for rent. I was like, okay, fuck that. I'm never emailing you about a lease again. And I didn't. I still live here. And then I found out the entire house is for sale. They put it up for sale 4 days ago. I texted my downstairs neighbors, my downstairs neighbors. I was like, hey, did you know this entire house is for sale? So they started looking up the laws and if they could legally evict us. And they can. They totally can. So I might not have anywhere to live soon. I don't know how they're supposed to go about that. Are they going to tell us? I don't know. I live in Kentucky. I just feel like there's no tenant saving laws, and I'm just going to be on the street, which I don't want to be on the street around here. It's a half gentrified neighborhood. So there are some good parts, some bad parts. The gentrified parts are just as bad. I don't know, it's stupid. And they all have those like kindness is love and all lives matter and here everybody is welcome signs in their yard. It's like, how do you have the audacity to have a $250,000 house that you live in with your $50,000 car, and then right next to you is my apartment? Like, you're trash. You are the gentrifier. Get out of my neighborhood. But one thing I do hate about Covington, and maybe this is everywhere, but I've yet to experience it in other places, so I'm just going to say that it's Covington, is that people just stand on the sidewalk, like in the middle of the sidewalk. And if I'm walking my dog, they just stay there. They don't move. So I have to go into the road with a whole dog instead of them just scooting just a little bit. Just scoot over a little bit. Share the sidewalk. Maybe they think I'm the gentrifier and that's why they won't move. Or maybe it's the gentrifiers and they hate me. Ugh, it's just awful. Why are you just standing there? And they're by themselves. They're not doing anything. And even if they were in a group, like, why is the whole group just big chilling on the sidewalk? Do you not have a yard? I see your porch. Your porch is right there. Why are you on the sidewalk? Please go. I'm trying to walk my wounded dog here. Ugh. So yeah, now I'm like at a crossroads, I guess you would say. What happens if somebody buys this house? Are they going to let us live here? I want to live here. I just put a bunch of art on the walls and made a new studio. So I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm really scared, and Cody has been wanting to buy a house for a while, and I have no idea what we're doing. I didn't care about my credit score until literally a year ago. I really didn't care. I may have opened some credit cards and spent them all. I mean, I've paid a lot of them off because I started caring about my credit score. But I've never had to worry about a credit score before. When I was like 20 years old, I went to go get a new car. I put down my student refund money. They said I have a loan. I ended up with Gap insurance. I don't know what the fuck Gap insurance is. Has it helped me? No. Hasn't done anything. I broke my mirror off hitting a parked car the other day because I can't drive. And Gap insurance did nothing for that. It did absolutely nothing. So they didn't say anything to me about a credit score. And I don't know what to do. So I'm trying to build that up. I don't understand why I have a credit score. I don't understand it. It will go up sometimes. It will go down sometimes. I will make all of my payments on time. I have made all of my payments on time. It won't do anything. And then if I spend money on my credit card, it'll go up. But then if I pay on my credit card, it'll go down. So who's making the rules here? Who is the man behind the curtain of my credit score saying, this isn't going to make any sense. You're never going to figure it out. And good luck buying a house, Kylie, because you don't know what you're doing. Not to mention they like do stuff with like debt to income ratio. If you're here for any educational purpose, let it be this. I don't know anything. I don't know how to buy a house. And I'm scared of it. I'm scared of it all. I don't know what a debt to income ratio is. I know it's how much debt you have versus how much you make and how much you pay monthly or whatever. I don't even know how much I make. I just know that I have these bills I have to pay. And that's about it. So here we go. About to get kicked out of my apartment to no fault of my own because my landlords wanted to sell it for a lot more money, which is absolutely insane. I get it though. I respect the slumlord hustle. You do you. And they don't have to tell you. They don't have to say anything to you about selling it. And I'm freaking out. And my mom's like, don't be scared. I don't know anything. Like, I don't know if there's a law or if there's a time limit and how soon they can up the rent. No, the reason I'm so here is because the rent is so low. I don't have time. I'm so scared. And literally, if they come in this bitch and they up the rent and they don't give me 3 whole outlets and they don't give me counter space, absolutely not. What makes you think I want to go from paying as much as I pay now to more and you didn't even do anything? I barely have a backyard. Our backyard is trash. Like, we have fixed stuff ourselves. And it's not because the landlord didn't want to. It's just I don't want to bug the landlord. Somebody put a giant hole in our wall and we fixed it ourselves and it looks really good. I just don't want to bug him with that stuff because then he starts asking questions. Then he sees other things that's probably wrong with the apartment. And, don't worry about it. Mind your business. I don't know how these new landlords are going to be. What if they buy it and they want to turn it into their own house? I don't want roommates because I'm not moving. You're not getting rid of me, baby. I'm staying here. So that's great. I can't wait to figure out where that's going to take us. I wish Leather Daddy would just take over my finances, but he just refuses to do so. We're not married. We're never going to get married. That'll never happen. Ever, 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 ever. And if he ever changes his mind and wants to get married, he knows, go find somebody else because I'm not doing it. We've had the conversation. We've talked about it. But we're not married or anything like that. And I feel like that puts like a whole thing with the house. But I do want him to take over my finances. Because I feel like if he took over my finances, it would be a lot more organized than my crumbled up dollar bills that I just throw in my bag because I can't keep a wallet or anything. If he took care of my finances, I bet I would be a billionaire by now. So, because it would be my money and he wouldn't be able to spend that. So he would just look at it and be like, I can budget it out, whatever. He's a Virgo, so his mind is very organized and he could take care of my money. But then also, I feel like I would be a child and putting him in this like parental unit role, which is not good for a relationship either. Can he just like figure out my credit score for me? And when he mentioned buying the house, I'm like, you figure it out. You do it. Whatever. I'll pick the house and you tell me what I have to do. And then I found out there's a lot more to it than that. So I am very much so freaking out about that. And I don't remember my parents ever freaking out about this kind of stuff back when I lived with them in Chillicothe. I don't know. They must have been really good at like keeping it from us or being very vocal and open about it that we just didn't pay attention. I just don't ever remember that being a thing. I'm really upset. Let's just say that. I don't know what I'm going to do. Is my house going to be for sale? Well, it is. I found it. It's on a bunch of websites. So I may be homeless. That's serious. Like, I really don't know what I'm going to do. Where's the stimmy, Joe? Where's the big old stimmy boy? Because I could use that for something. Probably not a house. I don't know what I would use the stimmy for, but bring it on, baby. I might be getting kicked out for no reason. So that is just very disappointing. And I just got comfortable here. It took 3 years, 3.5. And I just feel like I'm making it my own. And now you're going to kick me out? Now you're just going to sell it? Fuck what I care about. You just want your money. Whatever. Screw me. Little guy here just chilling in her new studio. Now you want to kick me out of it. So it's whatever. We'll figure it out when that time comes. I just sent out a bunch of stickers. And to everybody that bought a sticker, thank you very much. I honestly didn't think I was going to do stickers this early. And then I thought, what the hell? Whatever. Well, let me say those homies, them true supporters out here. But thank you so much. I just couldn't believe that people actually cared about what I had to say and wanted a sticker. Maybe they don't care about what I have to say, which is fine. I mean, if you don't, it's cool. It's whatever. Just keep buying stickers. Cody was like, what if you make t-shirts? Shut up. The Leather Daddy sticker, though, it turned out really well. Like, I'm very happy for it, but that wasn't the original design. So the design that I wanted, I asked Cody, I was like, Cody, can I use your face for a sticker? He's like, no, absolutely not. And Cody doesn't like taking pictures, any of that stuff, none of it. I'm like, okay, would you be interested if it was just like a cartoon of you? He was like, I mean, I guess. But the answer was really no. So the original design was going to be a cartoon version of Cody with a ball gag in his mouth, and the ball gag would say Leather Daddy. And he wouldn't let me do it, which is fine. I respect his wishes because I'm a good person. But it would have been a lot cooler if he did. Just saying. Just saying. So, Leather Daddy lives on just through a ball gag sticker. Those are super sick. And Brian Braden can't say enough good things about the process with Shark Mouth Design. It was really cool. Really neat. I plan on having him on in 2021. So that's going to be a really fun episode. We've known each other for a very long time. Very pequeña. I was very small. He was really good friends with my brother, but he didn't run cross country with Gellin. And a lot of Gellin's friends that I know didn't really run. I tried to run. Yes, here we go. I did. I tried to run cross country. It was in 8th grade. And I always struggled with my weight, and I figured this would be an excellent opportunity to shed a few pounds, join an extracurricular activity. I pretty much know the team, whatever. So yeah, I'll go out for cross country. Told my mom, like, I was really excited for it. And so she took me to my first practice, which, mind you, we also practiced, like, it was like summer, I don't know, conditioning, something like that. And my brother already left. Like, he already went. And I was like, okay, it's fine. I guess I'll just have my mom drop me off. Nah, he was already there. Already big chillin', whatever. So my mom brought me to practice, and we're told, like, hey, you know, split up in these groups. This is where you're going. And then we'll meet back here. I'm like, oh, okay, easy enough. So I'm in this park, and we're running on the bike path, and everybody starts out in a light jog. I'm already dying. I can't do this. And I'm with, like, the junior high girls groups, and those girls have been in sports, and they're all very skinny and look like they can run, honestly. And I just look like I'm fresh out of the ocean. That's so fucked up. I don't look like I should be there. I'm wearing men's basketball shorts and probably an oversized t-shirt from the thrift store from some school I've never been to. And I'm out here trying to run in probably a pair of Skechers. So I'm like, all right, jogging. We're jogging. I'm staying with the group. Oh, I'm falling behind. Okay, I'm very far behind now. I'm very hot. I hate this. This sucks. I am now walking. The group is gone. I am not with the group anymore. I am by myself. So now I'm just walking around the bike path. No group around me. I am pretty far away from the park at this point, and there's not a lot of people around. And I start walking where there's a bunch of trees. So since there's a bunch of trees, it starts to get darker and darker. And it's pretty dark at this point. And I'm walking through, and it's just me and this man. This older man walking towards me. And he's probably not too far away. I can't do distance. So he's at that point where, like, you don't have to squint to make out his facial features. So it's pretty close. We're walking, and I walk by him, and he says something, and I don't know what he says. And then it's like, hey, come with me. And I'm like, what is happening? And so now I'm freaking out, and I keep walking, and I'm walking faster, and I finally walk past him, and then he starts to follow me. So then I turn around again, and I start running the other way, and then he turns around, and he's following me. So then I just run. I run as fast and as hard as I could back to the park, and it was so scary, and I must have lost the guy. I just ran for my life. It was probably just a very light jog, but I don't think that man was in the shape to chase me. And he probably thought I was an easy target, considering. Oh my God. But when I got back, I felt like I was going to puke. My legs were on fire. I was not okay. I did not feel good about what just occurred. I fucking hated running in the first place. And then to be crept up on by some creepy man in a dark area of a bike path. CSI. That's what that is. I'm going to be murdered. So, yeah, no, I wasn't okay. I get back and everybody's playing Ultimate Frisbee together. Like a big group of friends. Just having a good old time. Everybody already finished their run. I was the last one there. They're already like half a game into Ultimate Frisbee. There's my brother being good at Ultimate Frisbee. Did anybody know I was gone? I could have been murdered. And this wasn't like school cross country. It was like, if you're interested, you can come run, at your own risk, basically. So nobody's to blame. Except for, the people that just let the fat girl fall behind and almost get kidnapped. So I remember going home after that, not saying a word, saying, nope, no thank you, I'm not going back. So that was the end of my cross-country career. It was awful. It was so bad. I was literally traumatized. And that probably stems from the basketball coach being like, you need to build up your endurance, or the volleyball coach being like, you need to build up your endurance, and me being like, yeah, okay, hell yeah, I'm going to go out for cross country, and then almost get murdered. So, awesome. I wonder what happened if I did go with him. If I was like, yeah, hell yeah, let's go. Maybe I would have had the time of my life. Maybe I would be chopped up into tiny little pieces underground. Who knows? I don't want to think about where that could have led me, but it was really, really scary. And it made me never want to run again. So here I am, not running. I can't do it. I can't run. I thought I could get into it, and I tried really hard over the summer. Not this summer, of course not. All I did this summer was eat and drink. But the summer before that, I would take Frank out on walks at like 5 in the morning. Like, shit, if I can wake up at 5 in the morning and walk him a mile, then I can wake up at 5 in the morning and run a mile. So I made it to the point where I was running a mile, but then Frank would get crazy in the middle of the run and like try to bite his leash and play tug of war. And I'm like, I'm trying to run here, sir. What don't you understand about this? So I gave it up. I ended up buying an elliptical from a friend and was like, this is good enough. So that's just in my bedroom. I have used it a couple of times, so that's pretty cool. I'm actually trying to work out and be conscious of things. Not necessarily what I'm putting in my body, because I've been drinking on Lexapro, and that should be against the law. That should be really illegal. I had to take a deep breath. I felt like I was losing my breath. I couldn't breathe. Oh, God. Panic attack. No, but for real, drinking on Lexapro, not a good idea. I got really drunk. I drank a bunch of White Claws, of course. White Claw, sponsor me, please. Thank you. And some vodka. And I think I had a shot of whiskey and a pickleback. Yeah, a pickleback. Yup, a pickleback. So I did not have a good time the next day. I slept for 18 hours straight and didn't do anything. So I think I should probably stop taking Lexapro. I'm just kidding. That's fucked up. I should stop drinking. I should limit my drinking. I binge on the weekends. I'm not going to lie. I did lie to my doctor and say, I have a few drinks on occasion. No, your girl gets hammered on Saturdays. I have to. Working in a restaurant, getting off. Ooh, a girl needs a drink. Mind you, I did quit the restaurant job. It's over. I quit Max. Wait, I don't want to say what the restaurant is. Oh, no. But for real, your girl gets hammered on the weekends. I have to. I worked in a restaurant job. Do you know how hard it is to come home from working with those terrible people? Not the people at the restaurant, people going to the restaurant. I can say that though, because guess what? I quit. I tapped out. I just had so much going on. And let me tell you what the deciding factor was. So I go on Friday. I thought I was off of work. I looked at the schedule wrong. Turned out, no, no, bitch, you got to work 5 to 11. Well, guess what? I'm in Dayton. So I had to speed my little butt back home. Had to drop off Cody, drop off my new computer, and leave it and go to my second job. I get there. Nobody wants to wear a mask. Everybody coming in is mean to me. Nobody wants to talk to me. Nobody will let me sit them anywhere, and that's literally my job. No, it was terrible. It was a bad night. It was a terrible night. Not to mention, it was the first time I went to the restaurant job without eyelashes on, so I just felt naked the entire time. And so this couple walks in, and I'm like, all right, cool, follow me. Well, we just want to go in the back. Okay, well, I still have to seat you in the back, so follow me. It says, please see hostess to be seated, not for shits and giggles. That's really a thing. So follow me. We'll go back there. So we go back. I sit them at the bar, and then they look at me and they're like, I don't really want to sit at the bar. I want to sit at a table. Okay, well, we're packed, first of all. All the tables that you see around here are closed because of COVID guidelines. So, you need to sit at the bar. Of course, I said it nicer than that. I was like, oh, poor you. You have to sit at the bar in a restaurant, COVID. But I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Here's the situation. I can't sit you anywhere else. Well, I mean, it doesn't make sense that the tables are closed if you're just going to have us sit at a bar anyway next to a bunch of people. Okay, then don't come to a fucking restaurant, you dope. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Go home. You know what you can do at home? Sit at a fucking table. Oh my God. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I just can't do that. So I leave. I walk away. I come back to see the bartender moving them to a table that we call the closet table. And the reason we call it the closet table is because there is a closet right behind it. Like, you have to physically move the chairs to get into the closet. And that is why it's the closet table. We don't sit people there. There's usually never any chairs over there. But no, the bartender said, oh yeah, totally, we can move you over there. Give me tips. Whatever. Okay, whatever. So my whole rotation's fucked up now. And of course, they were super mean to me about the whole COVID situation, whatever. And then I realized I was out of napkins. Do you know where the napkins are? Yeah, they're in the closet by the fucking closet table. So I had to walk back there, bury my fucking head, look at them and say, excuse me, I need to get in here. While, of course, they're sitting there like, you said we couldn't sit at a table, and look at us, we're at a table. Oh my God. Like, please, excuse me. I have to get back here. So I go into this closet, and this is the smallest closet. It's like a tiny hallway. And I go in there, and then the door shuts. I'm like, oh, great. This is amazing. So I grab the napkins, and I open the door, and it doesn't open, which could only mean one thing. I don't want to sit at the bar people move their chair back to where I couldn't get out of the room. So I knock on the door. Nothing. I knock on the door and I'm like, excuse me. And they open their door and they're like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize how close my chair was. No, you were going to strand me in the fucking closet. And then Cody texted me and was like, bring me home some tater tots. I was like, okay, fine. And I just wanted to die. And then I realized, like, if I'm at the point of this second job that I don't really need, that I am literally not wanting to go and having a mental breakdown every time that I see that I'm scheduled, it's probably not good for me. And I should probably just quit. So I quit. I did not go back. I was scheduled on Sunday and I just didn't go. And I feel bad. I do. I really like the people there I worked with, but like I think one girl was kind of racist and it made me really uncomfortable. And it wasn't anything that was like blatant. Like I just had my feeling towards that. And one example is that I sat at a table with her, and this table was the only table she complained about all night, and they were black. And I was like, okay, maybe they just weren't a good table. Then I sat at a table on another shift, and she was complaining about hating the smell of blunt wraps and hating that specific table. And there was one black girl there. And then this eccentric couple came in. And by eccentric, I mean the guy was wearing a beautiful fucking fur coat, and he looked like everything I wanted to be as a human. And the girl was just, I don't know, she looked like a little fairy. I loved her. And I sat them at the bar, and she was like, oh my God, thank God you sat them at the bar because I couldn't deal. And I was like, why? Why? She was like, that coat, I just couldn't deal with that coat. And I really wanted to get to the root of that, but yeah, I quit before all that could go down. Not to mention, like, people would just come in off the street smoking a cigarette in the restaurant. I'm like, you can't do that. You can't just come in here with a lit cigarette. What do you mean? Where are you? This is not 1999 America. I am so sorry. You can't just do that. I know we're in Kentucky, but you just can't do that, okay? And then people would walk in without having mask on. Then they would get mad at me for not having a mask. And I'm not just going to give you a mask. I had one guy who said he would buy the mask off of my face for $10. I should have fucking done it and then quit. Like, I'm out of here. The most money I made there was from DoorDashers. DoorDashers would tip me. And they would tip like $10. So tip your DoorDash delivery people. They're fucking awesome. Do it. Tip them. Oh my God. But how crazy was that episode with Lauren? What an exquisite human. She had me laughing the entire time. And then my next episode that isn't solo is going to be with my really good friend James, the one that does the intro, Our Modern Spirits. And I'm really excited for that. It was really cool to reconnect and get back in touch. And we just Zoomed and talked the whole time because he's in Cleveland. And it was just a really fun interview. And then after that, I'll have Casey on. I might do a solo in between there. But if I get to 550 downloads by the end of January, which is in like 4 days, I'm doing a special live stream that nobody's going to attend, but I don't care. Because I want to live stream. I want to get my face out there. I want people to see what I look like. I'm still trying to get on YouTube. That's why I bought this iMac. Because my MacBook was taking 2.5 hours to render a video, which I don't even know what that means. But I guess it means like process it and I don't know. It was just taking a really long time. So I bought this computer. So hopefully I'll have a YouTube video up soon. I think I actually did upload one, but I don't know where it is. I don't know what's happening. So I'll be on YouTube soon. Not my face. Just like my face, but not my face. Maybe I'll start making videos one day. Maybe I can be the next JoJo Seesaw. JoJo Seesaw. She's gay. Hell yeah. We love to see it. And Nickelodeon posted a picture and was like, oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. Oh my God. I found out she's from Dance Moms, and I had no idea. I stopped watching Dance Moms in like season 4. I think she came at like season 5. But hell yeah, JoJo Seesaw, you do your damn thing. You be gay as hell. That's awesome. But if she keeps wearing those high ponytails, she's not going to have any hair. She needs to chill. Find a different hairstyle. Chill with the high ponytails. I know it's your thing, but I don't think your hairline appreciates it. So yeah, we're going to have a Dills extravaganza part 2. Baby, we're going to have another Dills on here. Oh my God. There's so many Dills. There's really not. Maybe I can dig my brother up from the grave. He's not really dead, but sometimes I feel like I'm dead to him. Which I don't know what I did wrong. I'm sorry, Ethan. Shit. Now I'm airing out family drama. Ethan, do you listen to these? Tell me if you do. Blink twice if you're okay. I miss you. Oh, I hope you're fine. This got weird. I'm sorry. He's just, I don't know. He's just doing his own thing. He bought a house before I did, little fucking asshole. He's like 21, bought a house, has like 17 kids. I don't know. Living his life in somewhere in the United States. Hope he's doing fine. I did talk to him on Christmas. We FaceTimed. It was cute. It was really nice. So, yeah, on that note, I'm going to fucking go. I'm going to leave. White Claw sponsor me. You know where it's at. Thanks for tuning in. Solo episode, just you and me, guys. Love you. Thank you. Thank you for buying stickies too. If you did, if you didn't, hit me up. Get a friend sticker. What are you waiting for? It's talentless talent. Yeet. I also need to stop saying yeet because I started saying it ironically, and now it has become my thing. Like, that is how I greet people. That is how I say yes to people. And I need to really stop before people are like, don't talk to her. She's a freaking agent. So long. Farewell. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.